Alright, we just took out Ivory King, so now the next boss that we really want over and done with is Sin. But we're not going to go to Sin just yet for a couple of reasons. First, we'd like a bit more endurance in order to make Elana a completely free kill. And also, we just came from Ivory King, so we don't want to go and do something difficult right away. So instead we're going to go after some of the main game bosses, clean them up, because they're pretty quick, they're easy, they're going to give us a ton of souls, which will give us a chance to calm down after Ivory King and set us up for Sin at the same time. So first up is Guardian Dragon, because there's not really anywhere else we can go just yet. And this should be very easy. These sword and shield knights are not nearly as scary as the spear wielding ones. They have slower attacks and a lot less range. You could just roll through them and backstab if you want, but there's no need to take that chance because they're pretty easy to lure out. And once they start backing away, you can sort of push them away from the gate and just run around. We're going to get invaded here, but it's not a big deal. Just run through. Stick to the side so he doesn't spawn in underneath you. If you're standing on top of him when he spawns in, you'll be staggered, and that's a hit. So hug the wall. But there's really no threat here. He's not going to catch us. Just keep moving. When we reach this door up ahead, the invader will despawn, and then we have a straight shot to Guardian Dragon. You can fight Guardian Dragon with melee strats. It's not too difficult, and if you get good RNG, it can be very fast. But it can also be very slow if you get bad RNG and the dragon flies around a lot. So I'm going to use the bow, which should be very consistent, very easy, especially with the bow this powerful and poison arrows. The dragon is equally weak to magic and dark, so we'll use magic arrows for their better range. And here we go. We'll start with a quick poison. And from there, our strategy is basically run counterclockwise and shoot arrows. You want to go counterclockwise because that fire breath you can do while standing on the ground tends to sweep from left to right. So if you run clockwise, it might catch you. But as long as you don't run out of stamina, as long as you can still run, there's not much threat here. And that's it. Easy fight, especially with the good bow. Now it's on to Ancient Dragon. Ancient Dragon will also be very easy. It's an easy boss to begin with if you know what to do, and there are only 4 enemies between us and the boss, so this should be no trouble. Though we do have quite a bit of running to get there. We'll start by getting the Aged Feather. Infinite free homeward bone, so we don't need to worry about running out of bones anymore. We have 12 bones to spare, so we did pretty well on that. Okay, we need to talk to Aldia here. So once again, he's going to knock us down. Once again, it's a cutscene, not a hit. Now he spammed through his dialogue. It does not matter what choice you pick. And here we go. For this first enemy, we'll poison him because he has a shield, and if he starts shielding, this can become very annoying. So quick poison, and then let it do its work. There we go. Also, while we're here, there are 3 bonfire setics in that chest over there. You can pick those up if you want. They could be good for something, but I don't need them. For these next 2 enemies, don't bother with poison. There's no point. Just take them down with dark arrows. We're using dark arrows because these guys are resistant to magic. So dark is strongest. Okay, for this next enemy, we'll use a stone ring. We'll switch to magic arrows just because they have a bit more range. We'll go for quick poison at the start. Good. Now if we can land some good shots, he might not even reach us. But if he does reach us, it's not a big deal. We can retreat back through that narrow hallway behind us where he has no room to dodge. Kite him through there. If he's still alive at the end of this hallway, which he probably won't be, you can run around him and lure him back up through the hall, do it all over again, and kite him as long as you need. With that enemy dead, none of these other guys will attack us. They'll be warned, if you damage any one of these guys in any way, all 11 of them will come charging at you. So don't touch them. And that's why we want to kite the enemy through that hallway as opposed to on the stairs. Because you really don't want to accidentally shoot one of the guys on the stairs. Anyway, now for Ancient Dragon, here we go. We'll use a Dark Resin. We'll use Flynn's Ring. You could use Leah Ring for some more damage, but you probably want the stamina more. And let's go. We'll do 4 attacks at the start. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now the next attack will get him to stand up, and the fight will begin. So nestle yourself between his toes on his left foot. We should only see 3 attacks. That foot stomp, roll under it, and then get back to his toes as quickly as possible. And wait for this standing fire breath here. Stay between his toes and it can't hit you, and you can do a lot of damage. Just make sure you don't run out of stamina because you need to be able to run at all times. because the other attack that he can do is to fly into the air and shoot fire down into the ground, which looks like he's doing now. Yep. Run to his tail, sprint away, just keep going for his tail. When he lands, get back to his toe as fast as you can. That was a greedy hit. I probably shouldn't have gone for him. It's okay. And that's the fight. We're done.